Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another week and another set of videos. Today we're going to be going over the famous pre-game ramp entrance that we perform at every home football game. This fundamental that we learn is my absolute favorite thing that we do at the Ohio State University Marching Band. It's so much fun to me. It's just the pinnacle of what I consider to be the experience of the Ohio State University Marching Band. So with that being said, let's take it out to the field and show you how to do it.
Tap, tap, tap. Up, one, tap, tap. Two, tap, tap. Three, tap, tap. Four, tap, tap. Oh, hey, oh. Right. Up. Old Ohio, there's a team that's known throughout the land. The 11 warriors, brave and bold, whose fame will ever stand. And when the ball goes over, cheers will reach the sky. Ohio's field, here again, Buckeye battle.
As I said, today we're going to be going over the ramp entrance. Now, the ramp entrance that you might see in an official pre-game during an in-season game at Ohio State is a little bit different than what we do at summer sessions. Now, the reason for that is that in an actual game, we have to start at the mouth of the ramp and march down the ramp out onto the field and then hit the 10-yard line and start marching and playing in place. At summer sessions, we don't have the luxury of that amount of space to be able to march all that distance out and practice that every time we have a session. And especially now in this virtual setting, you guys might not have that luxury of that amount of space. So the way that we teach it at summer sessions is just a little bit different really in the beginning. You're going to have to bear with me here. This is going to be probably a little bit longer of a video than you might be used to. That's just because with ramp, from start to finish, there's quite a few things that are very particular in the way that you need to be doing them. So we're going to go ahead and get through it and break it all down so that you guys can get rolling with it and get practicing. So the very first thing that you're going to do to start is get in your set position. So you're going to be set position on the line with your feet at attention position just like they would normally be for anything. So you're going to be set like that, and then your sticks, if you recall back to Josh's arm swing video in week 2, I believe, your sticks are going to be down at your side perpendicular to the ground, gripped in the center of the sticks. So the little trick right here with arm swing is you should be gripping them as a start always in the center of the sticks, but if you want to slide forward ever so slightly, you can go ahead and do that. It just kind of makes the motion a little bit easier. Not really the motion easier, but it makes the sticks a little bit easier to control through the motion. So you're going to be starting at attention position on the line. Your sticks are down at your side, and then if you have a drum, it's going to be sitting on your side so that the top head that you would play on is touching your hip right here. So the guts and the bottom drum head are going to be facing out over there. So there should be a foot of some type on your snare drum right here. You're going to grab that foot. You can see me grabbing it in the video. So that is where you're going to be starting. You're going to have your drum on the sling at the side, holding the foot. Sticks down at your side, perpendicular to the ground like this. And your feet at attention position. Actual tempo will be at 180 BPM. That's the tempo that we perform ramp at. But definitely be starting this slowly. But even if you don't have a met while you're learning this, that's okay. The first thing you're going to do once you get set like this is you're going to start bobbing your feet. So you're just going to be kind of bouncing up and down on the platforms of your feet, just bobbing at whatever tempo. I'm about 180 right here, probably a little bit slower, but you're just going to start bouncing. So if I slow down, it's just going to look like this. You know, you're not going to be going up and down super high or anything. It's just a little bounce, probably an inch and a half or so, up and down over again. So you're just going to keep doing that. And then eventually, whether it's from yourself or from somebody who is giving you the stick clicks, you'll get the 3 taps. So you're bouncing, and you go tap, tap, tap. So then after the 3 taps, with a regular drill, you'd come up on beat 4 with the chair step. You're going to do exactly that, but at the same time, you're going to go up with your arm, with your right arm, for the arm swing. So the up of the chair step and the up of the arm swing are going to happen simultaneously. So it's going to look like tap, 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 up, 1. Tap, 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 up. So that's going to happen on beat 4. And then count 1 is going to be your sticks coming back down and your left foot hitting the ground again for count 1. So you have tap, 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 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So just practice this at home when you're learning this. Just practice having those 3 taps and then getting to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I want you to think about is your left leg and the sticks in your right hand are going to be going up and down at the same time. So when the sticks hit the bottom of the motion of arm swing, your left foot is going to be hitting the ground on counts 1 and 3. So once you get that motion down, that's kind of the basis of the beginning of ramp. That's essentially what we're doing in an official pregame entrance. The only difference is we're marching forward like this and not stationary like you do at summer sessions. So once you get that down, then what we're going to transition to is how you count that. So at summer sessions, we designate how many counts of arm swing we're going to do by saying we usually, with ramp, we'll do 4 duts of arm swing. So what that looks like is just up, 1 dut, dut, 2 dut, dut. So it's basically 1 dut, dut of arm swing is 4 counts. So just going to go up, 1 dut, dut, 2 dut, dut, 3 dut, dut, 4 dut, down. So you could have, it's primarily always 4 duts of arm swing at a normal summer session when we're learning ramp. And then when we do ramp at the end of every summer session, it's always 4 duts of arm swing. But it could be 10 duts of arm swing. It could be 60 duts of arm swing. It doesn't really matter. The point is you just count the arm swing as up, 1 dut, dut, 2 dut, dut, in sets of 4 counts. But you're always going to be doing 4 duts of arm swing for the most part. And the important part about the 4th one is that you have, on count 4, you stay down with the sticks. So you go up, 4 dut, down. So you don't have to say the down, but you can vocalize it to help help get it in your mind and know that's what you're supposed to do. So up, 4 dut, down, and then you're going to keep on marching to the quarter note even though you keep the sticks down. So then we go into the O, A, I, O. Now when we say the H, you don't pronounce the H, the ch sound. You just say O, A, I, O. You say the H as A, just to keep it one syllable and very articulate and staccato to help keep the time moving. So after the 4th dut dut, you have up, 4 dut, down, O. So when we go through these 4 positions, really, they're all going to happen on the left foot. So counts 1 and 3 of that quarter note timing that we're going through. So on that O, you stay down at the end of 4, and you're holding your drum out here. You're going to simultaneously bring your sticks up to the center of your chest so that they're flat and parallel with the ground. And to do this, you're going to kind of have to really cock your wrist over and bend it over quite far. But your center of your chest, sticks flat with the ground, and simultaneously with doing that, bring your sticks up here, you're going to flip your drum over so that now it's in its normal position on the sling. The playing head will be up here, the bottom head is down here. So you have up, forward, down, oh. Now if you have one of the Mapex style drums that we have, they're kind of heavy than compared to the drums that they used back in 2015 and prior. So you kind of have to put some oomph into the turning of the drum to get it all the way around. But then you're still going to have your left hand on the foot of the drum. Your right hand's up here. So you have O, rest, A. So on the H count or the A count, what you're going to do is your left hand is still on the drum. And when you bring your sticks out on A, you'll have O, A. Simultaneously with pumping your sticks out, the sticks are going to stay parallel to the ground. You're going to look inward. Everybody is just going to look inward. It really doesn't matter which way you guys choose to do it. Just pick one and go with it, but make sure that you keep the sticks parallel to the ground. A lot of people, when they do this A, they'll point their sticks out like that, or they're turned like this or this. You really just want to, it's one of those things that since you're looking away during it, you might be able to see a little bit out of your peripheral vision, but you're going to want to record yourself and go back and watch it and see what your tendency is, because I guarantee you, most of you guys are not going to hit it perfectly on the first rep, and even if you do, it won't happen like that every time. So record yourself and see what your tendency is. So the sticks on I are going to come back to this this angle that is playing position, and on the right foot after I, the I lands on the left foot. You're going to have I, and your hands are going to slide your right hand out of center and your left hand into its playing position grip. So that's on the I and O. So then O on your left hand, your sticks come out to playing position, and then you have another step with your right foot, and you attack the roll, the five stroke roll, and a 1. So if we go through that slowly but all put together, tap, 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 up, 1, dot, dot, 2, dot, dot, 3, dot, dot, 4, dot, down, O, A, I, O, and a 1. So from there, all that's really going to happen is you're just going to keep on marching and go through as many ramp cadences as are designated. So you'll have and a 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1 and 3 and a 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4, and so on and so on. An actual official ramp is counted as 17 cadences, so you can use that to practice if you want, but just focus on getting your legs up and pointing those toes. Now, the chair step is all about coming up and out, leading with the knee. Now, at 180, you're never going to get your foot all the way up like that. And if you're thinking about out and up like this is quickly going to become very tiring to do. So how Iro likes to explain ramp to people is when you're marching, make it feel in your legs and feet as if your feet are coming straight up or just going straight up. So when I'm marching right now, I feel as if my feet are doing this. But if you watch on the video, they're not actually going straight up like that. They're following the correct chair step format. My calves are just pulled in a little bit. And for ramp, this technique looks better and is more energy efficient, if you will, because you're not coming out as much like this. If you're doing that, you would quickly tire out and you'd only be stepping like this. So if you think more up rather than out, you can successfully get your feet up a little bit higher, still point your toes, still leading with the knee and everything. You can keep your legs up higher for longer because it's more efficient doing it that way. So again, think more up rather than out. Make it feel like your feet are just coming straight up rather than up and out at all. That's more efficient. So if you have any questions about that, certainly ask me. Reach out to myself or Josh. But From there, once you start playing the ramp cadence and you're still marching, you're just going to keep on playing the ramp cadence like I said. At summer sessions and during an official pregame, in the last cadence that the drumline plays, you'll hear a whistle. When you hear that whistle, everybody is going to scream whistle. Now this can be kind of odd trying to do while you're playing. It took me a while to um, master the ability to scream something or talk while I'm playing and not let it screw up my playing. But just experiment with it. So at summer sessions, when you do an on the line, or when you would be doing a snare drums only ramp, one of us, the squad leaders, would be giving you the tempo via our stick clicks, and then one of us would walk up and say whistle to somebody, and then that person would start screaming whistle, and everybody around them would start screaming whistle. And so the point is, just on that last cadence, when you hear the whistle, or if somebody says whistle to you, you start screaming whistle. That signifies we're on the last cadence. So when you're performing ramp and you get to the last cadence, you hear the whistle, or somebody says whistle to you, everybody starts screaming whistle. Now, the only thing that is different about the last cadence is you play the last cadence exactly the same. The only thing that is different is after you play that final note on beat 3, you have 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1 E and 3 on that right foot on beat 4, 1 E and 3, 4, you say the word fight. And then instead of going into another 5-stroke roll to start another ramp cadence, you play our Ohio State version of a roll off. So you have 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1 E and 3, fight. Place 2, 3, up 1. So a few things to note about that. The roll off, all it is single strokes with alternating sticking. It's very simple. All the rhythms are just 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and 4 E and a 1. So then from there, when you have the 1, 2, 3, on beat 1, you place with your left foot and then hold at just a rest with your feet standing still for those 3 counts. So you have place 2, 3. Again, the place occurs on the right hand of the 1, 2, 3. You place on beat 1. Place 2, 3. Then on beat 4, you initiate an up with the left leg again to then step down on beat 1 where your right hand plays the first beat of the song. So you'd have place 2, 3, up 1 and a 2 and 3. So that is what takes you into the beginning of the song, Buckeye Battle Cry. So with the place and then the stepping up for the beat 1 of Buckeye Battle Cry, when you place there after the roll off, so you have 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a place 2, 3, that place will just be at whatever leg height you're previously marching at. So if you're marching right here, you have 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and a place 2, 3, up 1. Then that up on beat 4, that should be shooting for a full chair step always. Similar to the way in which we start a drill. If you start a drill and you just have 1 8 to 5 forward, that up at the very beginning of any drill, you're always shooting for that full chair step. And then the same thing with the halt kick down at the end. You get to that halt kick, that's always shooting for a full chair step as well. So after we play the place 2, 3, up 1, that up on beat 4, that is followed by beat 1 of Buckeye Battle Cry, that up on beat 4, you should always be shooting for a full chair step right there. So just be aware of that. So from there, when you have the up to start the song Buckeye Battle Cry, you have up 1 and a 2 and 3, 4 and a 1 and a 2 and 3, 4 and a 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3, 4, 1. So what's important there at the end is you have 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3. So your last note is on the left foot on beat 3 and the left hand stroke, downstroke on beat 3. So on beat 4 of the last measure of the intro to Buckeye Battle Cry, which is still at the 180 BPM quarter note, on beat 3, which is the left foot, you have a downstroke in the left hand. Then on beat 4, so on beat 3 is like this with your right leg up. On beat 4, you bring the sticks in and down. So on beat 4, you bring the sticks in. You bring the sticks in, and then your left foot will step down again for beat 1, still at the 180 BPM quarter note. And then your right leg, your sticks will come down simultaneously with that left leg stepping back down for beat 1 at the 180 BPM quarter note. Your sticks will come back down to your side, perpendicular at your side, ready to do arm swing. But now, when you step back up with the right leg, you're now going to be stepping at a halftime step. So we were at 180. Now the quarter note would be at 90 BPM or 180 halftime. So you come up and then step back down, and your sticks are still going to follow the up with the left leg. So you go up like this. And then you're going to be singing the lyrics to the verse of Buckeye Battle Cry here as well. So when you have 1 and a 2 and 3 in old, so that beat 4 of the 180 BPM quarter note, instead of saying 4 or counting it as 4, you can say in old. So in is going to be right here, and then old will be when your right leg comes back up in the halftime step, and you're stepping back down with your left foot for beat 1 of the halftime step. So old Ohio, there's a team that's known throughout the land. And this whole time that you're going through this halftime step and doing the slow arm swing, right now your left hand is going to be gripping onto the top rim of the drum head. So you're going to be holding on to the drum up there. And now that we're much slower, we're in halftime, now you can be getting your legs back up to the full chair step. So right there, we want you to get your legs all the way back up. So if you don't know the lyrics to Buckeye Battle Cry, or at least the verse of it, you don't need to know the lyrics to the whole thing, but know the lyrics to the verse of it, because that's something that we look for at auditions. So we want you to be saying the lyrics there. Now, you're probably going to be out of breath when you're learning this, especially, but even us experienced people, you're going to be out of breath. You see in the video, I'm out of breath. So it's not a big deal if you can't get out, if you can't belch out with beauty every single word, but know the lyrics so you can be trying to get through them. And they also serve as kind of a map to tell you when we do the sticks out function, which we're about to go over real quick. So, because there's specific points of the function that we do, of the sticks coming back out, that align with certain lyrics. So you're going to be going through the slow step at halftime of 180 and doing the arm swing, your left hand on the drum, on the rim of the drum. And then when you get to the lyrics, Ohio's field will hear. So when you get to the Ohio's field will hear, it's going to be land on your left foot. The sticks are going to stop down at the bottom, so you're not going to come back up for another arm swing. So Ohio's field will hear again. So the here is on the left foot when it steps down. Then when you step back down with the right foot, you're still holding onto the drum with your left hand. The sticks come up from perpendicular to the ground with your arm straight facing down. Now they come back up, still perpendicular with the ground, but up next to your face like this. So that's here again, the ba. So you have the ba. So the is kind of when your left foot is coming back down and your sticks are moving to connect with the left hand. The ba. So the ba of Buckeye is when your left foot hits the ground again for another step and your hands connect back on the sticks. So you have the ba, kai, the high, here again, the Buckeye. So when you step down the left foot on the and of that count with your left foot, which is the Buckeye, the Kai of Buckeye, your hands are going to slide out to the playing position grip where your hands would need to be. The Kai, which is also kind of the and, they're going to slide out. The here again, the Buckeye, and then when your right foot steps back down, battle. Here again, the Buckeye battle. So ba of battle is another step with the right foot, and ba of battle, you're going to come up into this stick up position. So what this is your basically all of your fingers are going to be under the stick right here. Your thumb will remain on top where it's supposed to be, and the stick is just resting on the side of your index finger right there, like that. So battle, ja, chicka, ja. Battle, ba, battle, battle, da. So the tool of battle is when your sticks come back down. That's the top motion of the chair step in the left leg. And then when you step back down with your left leg again, that's when you play the intro to the next chorus. So if we go through from Ohio's field will hear again, we'll start right there. Have Ohio's field will hear again the Buckeye battle. So that is what it is. That's how you break down the slow mark time with the arm swing and the sticks coming back out to playing position again to play the second chorus or the chorus down the field. So from there you have 1 and 2 and 3, and then you go back into the 180 BPM quarter note right there. And from there you just march down the field playing the song. You repeat the chorus, and then at the end you'll have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 up, halt, kick. So when your right foot hits the line on count 8, that is going to happen simultaneously with your sticks coming in, because the last note of the song is a left hand downstroke on beat 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So if I say that as a beat 4 rather than a beat 8, it's the same thing. Beat 4, your left hand, your right foot hits the line, your sticks come in, then your left leg comes up for a halt, kick, down, and then you go into a step forward about face, which I've mentioned previously this summer in the video containing the step forward about face. We do a step forward about face at the end of every ramp. That's how ramp ends. It's the last thing we do at ramp. So you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 up, halt, kick, down, rest, 1, 2, 3. So again, we utilize the pinch on the step forward about face to make sure the drum stays still while we're doing it. And this is very hard to execute properly and make it look good because you just marched a whole ramp, you marched down the field playing the song. You're very tired at this point, but it's one final push of energy that you have to give to make the step forward about face look good while you're doing it. And then you have a break for 20 seconds or so before we start the next part of pregame. So that is all there is to ramp. I know this has been a little bit of a long video. Hopefully I'll cut some of it down in editing so you're not sitting here for over half an hour. I hope this makes sense to you guys. Again, this is my favorite thing that we do at Ohio State in the marching band. It's just so much fun, and it's something I've remembered for as long as I can remember, going to football games with my dad. So it's something that I cherish very much, and I love every chance I get to do it. So that being said, thank you guys so much for sticking around. If you have any questions at all, please shoot them my way. Don't hesitate to ask anything you may need to know. Shoot questions my way via workplace chat or classroom. Whatever you need to get me your questions, I'll get you your answers. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.